everybody, welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie and happy Friday, happy March 1st. I was just sitting here thinking like, what in the world? Time is going by so fast. I was like, it's already March. I feel like we just celebrated the new year and it's March 1st. So if you're tuning in live, you're celebrating the first of the month. If you're not tuning in live, then we already passed it. But you guys, crazy. It's crazy how fast time goes. And it's interesting because I was sitting in my home this week and I was just reevaluating, rethinking, just going, what were my intentions for this year? Am I meeting my own expectations? The goals that I have written down, am I actually achieving them? What does that look like? I was revisiting just some of the intentions, the goals, the things that I've been wanting for this year, going, am I on track? Am I way off track? So before we dive into wrapping up chapter 1 of this book, hey, who's doing the book with me? So here on the KetoMom page, I missed yesterday. You know, it's interesting. My husband and I were having a conversation this morning about guilt and how often we let guilt either ruin our day or let guilt make decisions for us because we feel like, well, I have to do this, or I'm going to let somebody down, or how often do we do something because we feel guilty? I'm saying like bad guilty, right? So I was sitting in this space of like, we had a busy day yesterday. It may not look, it's funny. Okay. It's funny to me when you watch people's stories, right? How many of you watch people's stories and sometimes you get this idea in your head of how somebody's life is, right? And so there's sometimes I share things on my stories. There's a lot of things I don't share on my stories. If I said we had a really busy day, I got up, I homeschool 4 girls, but you saw my stories because we were at the pool. So you might have been like, you didn't have a busy day. You were at the pool. But intentionally, we went to the pool, we went with some friends, we had appointments, we were from bop, 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 bop. And it makes me laugh when I say, oh, we had a busy day. It didn't look like a busy day. It looked like a pretty relaxing day. Then I was feeling guilty because I missed my live. So I didn't do the live yesterday on this book. We're going through this book here on the KetoMom page most days. My hope is to come on here in the mornings and to give you an overview of this book. My encouragement to you is if you feel like you are not worthy, if you struggle or you're challenged with limiting beliefs or self-worth, this is an incredible book. I'm going to go through this book until we're done with it. It's a really thick book. A majority of the mornings, but guess what? There are some mornings where I'm like, I'm not hopping on live. So last night I was feeling guilty. It was 9:00 at night and I was like, oh, I should go do a live. And then I thought, they don't want to listen to me. I'm exhausted. I want to go to bed. Anyways, if you're ever challenged with guilt, my question to you is, or just ask yourself this question. I said to myself, does it really matter? Is it okay that I go to bed and I wake up today and go through this book for so many who have bought it? Yes, it's okay. What I love is we get to give each other grace. I had to give myself grace to go, I didn't do it. I prioritized my kids, right? So I don't know, if you're walking in this shame or guilt and you know it's because you feel like you need to do something for somebody else, but it's really not your best, yes, let yourself off the hook. All right. So, okay, we are going to wrap up chapter 1. So here's what I'm doing. If you're brand new, post new below. I'd love to get to know you. We're going to go through this book and we're going to go through it little sentences by little sentences. I'm not reading you the stories. I'm just going to give you an overview and I'm going to read a couple things to you. It is super powerful, especially for those. I was talking to a mom yesterday, a friend, and I had asked her, I said, hey, what are your hobbies? We're talking about life as moms and we're talking about the season that we're in, and we both have teenagers and teenagers that, very soon will be moving out, and walking through this, how do we do life in this season of our life and not feeling bad and not feeling worried or making sure our kids are ready to grow up. And also going back to who are we? have we dropped some of the things that we loved, right? And I asked her this. I said, hey, what do you love to do? What is a hobby? And she was like, I don't really have any hobbies. I don't know. I'm revisiting that conversation after being a mom for 17 years, right? 15, 16, 17. So it's interesting because we had a really great conversation and she said something that I was like, oh, I gave her this book. And she goes, I've really been working on myself, like my self-worth, like my mindset. Like I want to take care of my body, but before I take care of my physical body, like working out and making sure I eat well and I want to live a long and healthy life, she's like, I'm working on this. And I thought that was such a great answer. She's like, I'm working on my mindset. I'm working on me. I've forgotten about me. I've been taking care of people for so long. I don't know what that looks like. And so I'm going to challenge a lot of moms. Like, we're in this world of self-care, and I think self-care is amazing. I think it can be overdone, right? I was listening to somebody the other day, and he was like, there's self-care. Self-care of making sure you take care of yourself and your mindset and your body, not like, hey, I'm going to go to the spa every single day and get my nails done and get my hair done. Listen, that's fine. Self-care to me is getting up in the morning and like allowing yourself to like sit and read a book for a little bit and journal and like go for a walk and be okay to sit in your room and like have some quiet time. Self-care to me is taking care of your mindset and also your health. And I say that because I believe that and please hear me on this, if you're not a mom, everybody needs to take care of their mindset and their body. But I also know that as a mom, because I was speaking to a mom yesterday, she's like, you pour out so much of who you are and you forget who you were and the things that you loved and the hobbies that you had. And then all of a sudden you feel like you're too old and you're like done. You're not done. That you've got so much to offer, right? Whoever you are, whoever is listening, whatever season of life that you're in. So I'm going to read something to you, and we're going to talk about something real quick. And then this book is going to give you tactical things of how, like, okay, Stephanie, you're talking about worthy. I want to be worthy. Am I worthy? What does that look like? Right now we're talking about self-worth, your inner self-worth. Do you believe that you're worthy? And are you not operating out of who you actually are, but like you're listening to the voices and the self-doubt and self-sabotaging versus like self-confidence? So here's something that she said that I underlined. Your identity, who you look at, like you look at yourself in the mirror, right? Your identity is the story that you tell yourself about yourself and the story that you believe. No matter your intentions, we always find ourselves returning to the behaviors, the actions, and decisions that reinforce our beliefs about who we are, right? So you can set a goal or intention. I started this live off by talking about I've been revisiting my vision board, my goals for this year, and even whatever I put on my vision board, whatever you believed for in the very beginning of this year. It doesn't mean that that's going to happen if you go back and operate out of the way you believe who you are, your identity. So I've got these goals, but if I don't see myself as that healthier version of me, or that if I don't see myself as the better mom or wife or boss or coworker or friend, like I can put all of these things on this vision board. But if I don't believe that I'm worthy and I don't see myself as that person, I'm going to go back to the identity that I believe myself to be. So she goes, you go back to the behaviors, the actions, and the decisions that reinforce your belief. If you believe that you're not worthy, if you believe that you'll never reach that weight, or that you're worthy enough to wear that dress, or to have that relationship, or to have that job, you will operate as though you don't believe you're worthy. Does that make sense? So she goes, this is why so many people do such deep work overcoming limiting beliefs in their life, because if they don't, those limiting beliefs will hold them back from believing their hopes and dreams are possible. So you operate out of what you believe. This book is going to help you operate out of the belief that you are worthy, you are enough, and reigniting that self-worth inside of you. And how do we find that? She goes, oh, I do have 4 dogs. They're going crazy right now, so I apologize. You can only experience the depth of love intimacy and connection with other people as the depth you love and intimately connect with yourself. That was powerful. I underlined that. I'm going to say it one more time. You can only experience the depth of love and intimacy and connection with other people, right? It's based on the depth of the love and intimacy you intimately connect with yourself. I thought, wow, maybe you're like, I want a better relationship or marriage or with my kids. And then you have to look inward and go, do I love myself? Because that outwardly comes out and overflows into the relationships that you have with other people. I'm sorry that you can hear my dogs. They're going nuts outside. I bet you there's a squirrel. They go crazy at the door when there's squirrels. All right. One more thing, and then I'm going to tell you what's coming up next. When you improve your self-worth. So she talks about your self-worth as how you love yourself inside, right? And then there's self-confidence, which is on the outside. When you improve your self-worth, I'm so sorry, guys. That's so annoying. You might not be able to hear them, but they're very loud. When you improve your self-worth and your inherent beliefs that you are worthy as a human exactly how you are, it gives you the knowing that you are innately valuable and enough, regardless of any achievement, any compliment, any award, or any circumstance. Research shows that building our worthiness can impact everything from our mood to quality of relationships to our job and satisfaction. So here's what I love is she goes, let's start building. I was reading the beginning of this and she sets up the understanding of like, you have to understand what we're talking about before she gives you I'm a tactical person. I don't know if any of you are. I'm like, give me the 1, 2, 3, the ABC. Tell me what to do. Give me the step-by-step process, and that's what I'm going to do. I also know that there is an understanding of, I need the understanding of why we're doing it. So we're going to dive into chapter 2. Not today. What is tomorrow? Saturday? I can do it tomorrow. I always have to think like, we're going to go watch our friends play football, but that's not till the afternoon. So change your relationships with rejection. Change your relationship with rejection, and you're going to change your life. So the next section, just so you know, we'll do that tomorrow, is she's going to dive into fear, rejection. What does that look like? How does that feel? Why it holds us back? And then in this chapter, she's going to give you the process, the 4 R's to transcend rejection. And all throughout this book, she's going to give you an understanding of what we're dealing with, right? And then she's going to give you an action step. So I'm excited for that because I'm like, listen, just tell me what to do and I will do it. Maybe, right? Tell me the action steps so I can do that in my life. So we'll dive into rejection, fear. How do we get over rejection? How do we dive into really knowing how to improve our self-worth? The book is going to tell us. I'm going to share it with you. We can do it together. So this is the book for those who asked. There is an Audible. If you like to listen to books, grab the book, read it, take some time. You don't have to be on the same chapter that I'm in. I'm just giving you something to think about, a thought to think about throughout your day. You can send me a message and we can talk about the book. You can ask questions below. I like to start our day off, our morning off, even our month, the new month, with giving you an understanding of mindset is so important. And if you're not going to work on your mindset, then maybe you've been reviewing your goals for this. I mean, how many of you, and if you haven't, if you set an intention, if you set New Year's resolutions, if you set goals for this year, my encouragement to you today is revisit those goals for today. Like, are you on track? Maybe it's something that you're like, I actually didn't like it. Like, for example, I shared with this a while ago. I set a goal of like, I'm going to run, I'm going to do couch to 5K, I'm going to run a race with my friends. And then sometime last month, I told them, hey, this was on my vision board. I actually don't like it. I actually despise it. I actually hate it. I'm not going to do it. So crossed it off my board, told my friends, I will be your cheerleader. I'm not going to run the race with you. Now, I'm not letting go of my health. I am doing Les Mills pump. I'm walking every day. I'm lifting weights because that's what I enjoy, right? Oftentimes people feel like, well, if I don't like something, I've got to make a shift. They do this with their diet all the time. Well, if I'm not seeing results and I don't like it, I'm going to try something new. Okay. Yes. Doesn't mean that so I didn't like running. running isn't the only thing I'm doing for my health. I despise it, but I am still working on it. So I made a shift. I'm like, I'm going to walk in the morning, maybe at night, and I'm going to do the weights that I love, right? So if what you're doing is you don't actually love it, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt and it's not hard work. If you genuinely like, I despise this workout class, find something that you love, right? Not, I hate it because it's hard. Working out is hard. Eating healthy can be hard, but you find something that you can create a lifestyle out of that you genuinely, you feel good when you're done, you feel accomplished, you enjoy. When I'm done running, I don't feel accomplished or I don't feel joy. I feel like I never want to do that again in my life. So I said, you know what? I don't enjoy this. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to still work on my health in the ways that I feel accomplished, brings me joy, I'm excited to go and do. Yes, it's hard, but I will do the hard. Does that make sense? So revisit your goals for this year. It's March 1st. Like, are you on track? Do you need to make a shift? Do you need to add something? Do you need to do something new? And I'm here to help. So if you need help with food ideas, recipes, how to get started with eating healthy, whatever it is, you can ask questions below. You can send me a message. You can always go to KetoMomSecrets.com. I'm going to go homeschool my kids. I'm going to pack up some trial packs. I've got a whole bunch that just came in yesterday. So I drink ketones. If you need to know more about a tool to help you with your fat loss and your energy and more, post trial in the comments. I am going to, this is available again. So for those who asked about the reboot, we just finished the reboot in February. We do one every month. It's a fast. My husband just did 72 hours. So he ate for the first time this morning. I think he did 72 hours. That's a long fast. He drank ketones, electrolytes, broth, right? So, or he didn't do necessarily this whole thing. He did way less than this. So this is a fast or a cleanse. It's called a reboot that we do once a month. It's only available for the next few days. It is going to help you kickstart or restart or like just, hey, I need to flush out, I need to like cleanse my system. It's really great. It's got ketones, electrolytes, a protein that doesn't break your fast. If you want to join us for March's reboot, you've got to grab it in the next few days. Just post reboot below. I'll send you a message and you can watch a video about it and we can chat. Otherwise, reach out with questions. You can always go to KetoMomSecrets.com, all one word, KetoMomSecrets.com for recipes, how to get started. We've got a book club. We've got trial packs of ketones. Otherwise, let's chat. So I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Friday. Happy March 1st. And we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.